Today is going to be one of the biggest championship match anticipations that I've had for quite a bit. The anticipation is killing me so much that I'm already kind of shaking. The hearing aid customers. I know my grandma still has those hearing aids, but I don't think she uses them. Is it time? I think it is.
Would you want it any other way? EJ Tackett and Jesper Svensson, champions by every metric at the very top of their game. If pressure makes diamonds, these are two of bowling's rarest gems. We are watching greatness. The Iceman, as cool as they come, as talented as it gets, a man who will put his best up against anyone. Versus the man who needs no introduction.
No introduction.
Poised to win a third consecutive Player of the Year award. Building a resume that cements him as one of the greatest to ever do it. A dream ending for this final act. The PBA Playoffs Championship starts now on Fox.
The stage is set. What a scene in Struggle Arena at Thunder Bowl Lanes. $100,000 is on the line. And PBA Tour playoff supremacy. Between these two men, you get 40 PBA Tour titles. EJ Tackett versus Jesper Svensson right now on Fox. As we welcome you to Struggle Arena, everybody, I'm John Fanta. He is the Hall of Famer. Randy Peterson will join Kimberly Pressler in a moment. You get a right-hander versus a left-hander, a two-hander versus a one-hander. Nobody is better than EJ Tackett in this.
I'm rooting for EJ this whole time.
Jesper Svensson isn't far off. This is a heavyweight showdown. Our friends from WWE help supply the belt as well.
Johnny, I'll tell you what, if you're a bowling fan, this is what dreams are made of. Starting on the left side of the lane with the Iceman, Jesper Svensson. There's not a stronger, more powerful strike ball on the PBA Tour than what the Iceman bringeth with each and every shot.
What the Iceman bringeth, I take it.
In EJ Tackett, what a 2025 he's had. He's going to secure once again another Player of the Year honor. With the win today, it'll give him 5 wins, 2 of those being majors. There's only one other player in the history of the PBA that's done that, and that's the late great Earl Anthony.
Tackett now trying to do it a second time in the last 3 years. It'll be the 7th singles matchup on TV between these two. Tackett with a 4-2 advantage. 2 of the 4 major champions in this showdown. Let's meet them.
The number 1 seed, EJ Tackett.
Championship match of the PBA playoffs. From Gothenburg, Sweden, a 13-time PBA champion, the Iceman, Jesper Svensson. And after a
Tournament of Champions, Mr. 289.
25 mark return of the Iceman to the forefront of the PBA Tour. Jesper Svensson racked up 4 top 5 finishes, including a victory in April's PBA Tournament of Champions. The second time he's captured the PBA's signature event.
And Kimberly is with Jesper now.
Jesper, you told us that your season had started off slow, but you stayed focused, and now you're coming in here hot, fresh off a TOC win. Long journey to get here. How excited are for you for this moment to finally arrive?
Yeah, it's been a while throughout the last month, yeah, there's nothing better than being here in a packed Struggle Arena. So much history in this building, so yeah, I can't wait to put on a show for this crowd, and I'm confident that I'm going to bring home the belt.
Good luck to you today.
Thank you.
From Ossian, Indiana, the 3-time and reigning PBA Player of the Year, EJ Tackett. There is is no more dominant player on the planet than soon-to-be four-time player of the year, E.J. Tackett. Tackett's 4 wins in 2025 include his second career U.S. Open. And his fourth PBA
World Championship.
He also captured titles at the Pete Weber Missouri Classic and the PBA Shark Championship.
3 in a row.
EJ, you know, we joked yesterday in the pre-show interviews that you have won so many titles over the past few years that there's literally a second page dedicated to listing all of them. But the one thing that's missing is the PBA Playoffs title. So how eager are you to add that WWE belt to the trophy?
You know, it's one of those things that outside major championships, you know, this is one of those events that it takes a whole season to be able to even have the opportunity to win this championship. It's the first time that I've been here, so Jesper's got some experience in this, so I'm going to have to overcome that a little bit, but I'm excited to get this going and hopefully put on a good show for these fans.
Good luck to you today.
Yes, Jesper Svensson was in this PBA Playoffs Finals match a year ago. As we take a look at the season in review, Randy, think about this. Tackett with close to 370.
Yeah, Mr. 289. Jesper was in the playoffs championships last year, but he got defeated by David Kroll.
To break Kyle Troop's single season earnings record.
Yeah, Kyle Troop, 496,000, just a couple of grand shy of $500,000, and E.J. Tackett, he could break that record.
The TOC champion this year, Svensson, starts us. That's back 37. Well, Jesper Sven, look, I came so close last year. If I'm going to get this title, E.J. Tackett's a human being too. He may be the best on the planet, but I feel pretty good about where I'm at right now. But this is the big task of having to go through this monster, the best in the world.
Oh boy. A flat 10 like that doesn't need to be what we start with. Yeah, I'm at Granny Dottie's.
He's finished in the playoffs, tied for 5th. Seeking again his 5th title of 2025, the 28th of his career. And he's only 32. As we tell you, with any of the pros on today's show, bowl a perfect game. Everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit GoBowling.com and sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. Randy, you've been around so many greats. You're a Hall of Famer yourself. First, let's look at his arsenal.
He is using the Tank Rampage Pearl on the left lane. I'll get to the right lane in a second.
There we go.
On the right lane, he's using a Sub-Zero Forge. Long pattern on the right, short pattern on the left.
He prefers that right side, so he can shape it more. Doesn't love urethane, but that's what he's gone with on the left.
Good job.
Yeah, and it's not. It's like he does go to this ball that's a micropolymer, but he's not a huge urethane fan. And he even said, as we take a look at Jesper's arsenal going with IQ Tour 78U on both lanes, but EJ's saying that shorter pattern, the longer I stay on it, the worse it looks.
Whoopsie.
Predicament for Svensson. Well, how do you navigate this?
Don't ask me, because your guess is as good as mine.
1% for PBA Tour average on 4, 6, 7, 10.
I've almost made this a few times before. One of the times I got the 6-pin on the other side, and it's only been made one time on TV back in 2005.
Only made one time in the history of PBA bowling on television. That's by the great Walter Ray Williams Jr. in Atlanta some years ago.
With this young man, when you saw him win the TOC, what impressed you the most?
Well, he pretty much led it from start to finish, and he just had a feeling of confidence from the start of the practice session on.
Uh-oh.
And a 7 for Svensson.
And the key for Jesper for today is getting his ball to strike. He's going to hit the pocket, but it's getting all 10 to go down. We saw him have a lot of carry issues leading up to this point, and here we are in frame 3. It's his first 7-pin.
What, I think this is a race to 3?
15 Harry Golden PBA Rookie of the Year.
Or is it race to 2, race to 2? Race to 51. Good Lord.
Back in 16 and making the second title earlier this season in February.
Yeah, it is a race to 3. I watched the PBA Players Championship 2023. I didn't get it on video though, since I was at Granny Dottie's. I didn't know. I mean, I remember watching the Super Slam Classic in 2023.
He's on pace to break the single season average record of 229.30.
Oop, no, 4-pin.
Just the 4, not the 9 with it. That's okay.
That's okay. Misses it. Don't you dare.
If we tie 2 games apiece, there'll be a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. See a look at pound for pound, the strongest right ball on tour. EJ Tack at the bent wrist and elbow at the bottom of the swing, and then just unleashing fury into the lane.
No different from our race to 2 last year in the final game. Race to 3, so a little bit more breathing room as we take a look at our Bowl TV highlights of Sunday semifinal action. EJ Tackett and Graham Thaw.
EJ Tackett took game 1, 250 to 193, and then a close one in game 2, but still EJ comes out victorious, 210 to 190.
Ah!
And a strike for the best on the planet.
I want you to think of that ball he's using, that Microsoft Homer, is like urethane light.
He didn't put it lightly yesterday.
Just go in.
He didn't put. I'm going to look. I'm with you based on what he said about urethane to us yesterday on the left side.
Doesn't like it.
Urethane.
No, he just says he.
Okay, Sean Rash. Yeah, I said it. I don't give up. If you remember the 2022 Players Championship stuff, that whole debacle.
Hates it. Doesn't like that at all. Same big 4 hit, but this time just the 7, or excuse me, just the 10 pin. I think another interesting note about both players, EJ Tackett first came out on tour and signed his contract with both of these. Been with them ever since, his entire career out here. And same with Jesper Svensson and Storm. In fact, I think Timmy Mack discovered Jesper when he was 7, like a 7-year-old.
He's 30 now. Tim Mack, Jesper was so complimentary to Tim yesterday, and he knows he can finish my sentences.
Yeah, he knows
my name.
Knows everything about Jesper's game. Take a look at the old pattern, Johnny.
That's more like it. Congratulations.
On the left, that's 37. On the right, Hardwick 44.
Longer pattern named after the Hall of Famer Billy Hardwick, 44 feet on the right lane. The players are going to play closer to the track area. On the left, they're going to use non-reactive equipment and play a little bit farther to the outside part of the lane.
We're always trying to teach people things, those who may not be as familiar, as locked in the sport. When you've got a dual pattern, it makes that viewer at home that might be still learning bowling. Okay, how do they handle that? What's the challenge of going back and forth?
Going back and forth. Just make sure not to drop your ball on the ground.
But that's what makes the greatest players in the world shine. They're able to do just about anything they want. And it was just a few years ago when
A lot of traction on
the
that.
wee Iceman, Norm Duke, won back-to-back weeks on dual oil patterns. Just once again showing his greatness.
Norm Duke won a lot?
A lot. Nice shot there by EJ. And the lead now 25, halfway through
It's my birthday. I'm officially 17 years old, and there's now 17 likes and 17 comments on there.
You can recover and be right back in it. You go down 2-0, and you're staring at
a little bit of an uh-oh moment.
Tackett getting past Anthony Simonson. And then Grandpa. Yeah, the playoffs are going to test you to the max.
Oh, no.
Good shot, too. And by the way, Norm did 40 career wins on this tour.
Unbelievable.
But what a run this guy's been on, huh? EJ Tackett.
On his way to a third consecutive Chris Schenkel Player of the Year honor.
It wasn't that long ago we were having the same conversation about Jason Belmonte, and that torch has been handed off to this man.
But he said that bar still drives him. The Belmo bar drives him every single day. We're going to talk more about that, living up to a standard.
Yeah! Oh, man!
Get to the top. EJ explained to us how hard it is to stay there next.
If you're wondering, my grandmother and uncle are outside, sitting outside for a little bit. This is my bank account right now. All eyes are on the money.
The PBA Odd Box is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowling.com to find a center near you. Welcome back to Strobel Arena. Randy Peterson, I know you've got something for us.
I do, Johnny. Let's go down lane side and talk to the Hall of Famer Tim Mack, Storm representative, working with his man Jesper. Timmy, I know it's early, but what's going on with Jesper on the right lane?
Listen, just got uncomfortable first couple of shots. I think he's going to make a real good one here on a commercial, get his hand in the right spot. We feel comfortable on both lanes. I'd expect some really good shots here coming from Jesper.
All right, thanks, Hall of Famer.
My hand is everywhere. Everywhere except
Down 24 in this race.
outside.
$100,000 on the line. PBA playoffs finals.
Yeah, I'm making the video now.
A year ago in Florida, fell just short. He needs that strong shot here.
Alright, come this way. Come through here.
What did you say?
I said come through here. This way. No! Come through here, Granny Dottie. Or you can sit here.
Bowling his highest game in the playoffs, 248-172 clincher.
And his road beating Jacob Butler, Finney, and
I do.
Anderson.
Now let's watch some bowling.
Oh, he may have found
Together.
something. And second game against Vi, and he's finding something right now.
I gotta go take it on something.
Been almost perfect on that left lane.
He kind of looks like Sean.
One big opening.
Kinda.
Second for Jesper, the
You
big
like
four.
Sean?
Yeah,
But
he's
now
cool.
trailing by just,
I said, yeah, he's cool.
what is it, 4 or 5? I can't see the scoreboard.
I think he is, but I just want him to be always nice.
And now Mom's trying to call me. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna reply and I'll pick up the voicemail. I need to.
And did drop. That was almost tough. Instead, it's just the 4.
Well, that's a great break here, kicking the 10 out late. Big 4 looked like it was there for a minute. You see that motion that EJ just made with his hand? That means that he
The
got
big
around
4
it
was
early.
there for about 7
Typically, when a
seconds.
player does that, it's going to go high.
Or no, 7 milliseconds, that'd be.
And it did arrive, and he's able to clean that up. United States Open champion, the world champion for a third consecutive year. As we remind you, the winner of each game earns 1 point. It is a race to 3. If we're at 2 apiece after 4 games, it'll be a 9th and 10th frame. A roll-off wins the $100,000, that WWE belt.
Or playoff.
That was
Complete
pretty.
reaction.
It
Yeah,
was
I got
so
it.
nice, and it's a clean wipe. Presented by Dude Wipes.
Okay.
Nothing better than wiping the 9.
It's a clean wife.
Right there.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, that facial expression says it all.
And so does that.
Blink and you'll miss
They're
it.
trailing pretty much.
I'm making a video, Granny Dottie.
Jesper Svensson can take the lead for the first time here in the 8th.
Yes, sir. For Jesper. And in the house is the two-time PBA playoffs champion, Kyle Troop.
Yep.
So that's some friend.
Watch his best friend
That is a brother.
choke up on a second playoffs in a row.
Having dinner with his best buddy, giving him a little advice.
Yeah, drive 6 hours.
Yep. Saying, hey, could I have $5,000 if you win 100?
Can I have $5,000 if you win
Drive 6
100?
hours to root on your pal. That's friendship.
It sure is.
Can I have $5,000 if you win $5,000? No. Sorry. Looks like the dinner
And now he's left
the dinner bet decided to not work.
The only way this gets back is if he throws it slower.
On that
Miss.
shorter bat 37, left side here.
Yeah, and see that the thing with the dual patterns. On one lane, he's trying to go a little bit more up the gut. And on the left lane, the shorter pattern, he's giving it some angle.
Yep.
Give it too much angle, he leaves the bucket.
They say you have to recalibrate your brain from one side to the other.
Uh-oh. You got
You
it.
recalibrate your brain and your body at the same time, right? So one motion could be completely different if a player is somehow able to kind of play the lane similar using just different equipment, and that's a big advantage. But we haven't seen that yet. EJ and Jesper playing the right lane completely different than they are the left. Jesper is using urethane on both lanes, but two different layouts.
Three pins the difference right now. Tackets. Unlucky.
And look how quickly things change. Remember that?
Oh,
deep
no.
that you talked about?
I do remember it.
The 9 pin getting shellacked. Watch the bowling ball go right by the 9 pin on this shot here. This is not a good break. Watch this.
That's terrible.
Kidding me.
You put super glue on the pins. Missed it. Oh no.
Polishes it off, but look at how much things have changed now. We've got drama in our opening game.
Now if you come on EJ, strike out to get the best chance.
To the 10th.
Both players working on spares. You can see the difference there. Just 3. All
Can I have a
coming up
re-rack,
here
please?
in game 1.
You save your re-racks for like game 4 or 5. If it gets that far. Exquisite camera work, guys.
Needed it and got it. Really, that difference right now is the open in the second by Svensson. Tackett has not had an open.
Some exquisite camera work there.
In the World Championship for a third consecutive year, only Jason Belmonte, Jason Couch, and Earl Anthony had ever won a PBA major championship 3 consecutive times before this man. Soon to be
Uh-oh.
straight player of the year, absolutely hated it. He lost his footing, it looked like, too.
Yeah,
Just release.
some balance issues on that shot. Got it wide. Just leaving.
Gosh, man.
The single pin, but you can see there. Loses his footing. Just a 2-pin. And now, Svensson, if he just matches what EJ Tackett did in the 10th, he's going to capture game 1. 9 spare 9 will do it.
Tackett, you can tell, upsetting himself right now because 18. For Spence.
An 18 pin
Spence's
fill.
going to take this opener on the right side to close. Spence in.
Oh my, come on!
Just got in the car in time.
Seriously?
Just try to freeze the ice.
No!
Good luck.
The 10 thawed.
Watch how long this thing stands up for.
Wow. It's like time stopped. 8 to win game number 1. He told us, why not take on the best in the world for $100K? I'm ready for this moment. Smithson strikes first. Finish strong with long drink. Finish strong with long drink. Sparkling refreshment. Real liquor. Please enjoy responsibly.
And after that massive opening in the second, the Iceman has that late four-bagger and then two of the prettiest shots in the 10th to win game 1.
He said, I can't be hovering around 198, 199. I got to put together enough scoring. Got to get at least 215. Well, he got 217 in game 1, Randy, and he's got a 1-0 lead.
Ah, come on!
This is a race to 3. This is a marathon. It's the ultimate back and forth battle.
No biggie. We still got 4 more games. At most 4 more games left. If we're lucky, we can just make it 3. Or no, we got 3 more games. Either way. Here comes the airplane. No!
Welcome back to PBA Playoffs Finals on Fox back in 2022. Kyle Drew down in Jupiter won his second consecutive PBA playoffs as he defeated Tommy Jones 3 games to 1. This was Drew's 9th career title, his only title that year, and it made him playoffs king because he also won in 2021. He owned this event for a couple of years. One of
Chris Prather in 2019. Kyle Troop was not in 2023. What's wrong with you? That's not correct. It was 2022.
They talked earlier about how you came in to surprise Jesper last night, but we just saw the video. You've won this event twice. What advice did you give Jesper?
Honestly, there was no advice needed, Kimberly. Jesper's been on a roll lately, winning the TSC. He's feeling himself through the playoffs. He's confident. So, we just bring in the extra support and love, like you mentioned, especially bowling the best bowler in the world at EJ. So, we're here supporting and loving Jesper.
Well, the fact that you mentioned coming here and supporting him, how important was it for
Nope,
you
they
to
put
come out and do that
23.
today?
It's very important. We're
2023. Nope, that was 2022. Okay, anyways, we're going to get started with game 2 soon.
And we're excited to, continue the match. Watch a good one.
Thank you.
They are family. Spend so much time with each other and their better halves as well. Jesper actually purchased a new house in Sweden.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Him and his family. They're moving
You
in
did
on Wednesday.
it!
Nothing more fun than moving. I'll tell you what, you can really tell who your real friends are when it comes time to move. It's like, hey buddy, I'm moving. You doing anything on Saturday? Oh yeah, I'm busy.
Oh my goodness, 7 for Tackett. So what's your thought process for him here, down 1-0? How does he bounce back?
I mean,
I think that's even a thing after this first game.
if you look at the 9th frame where he left a solid 9, you give him a hit there, he wins.
It's not like he's bowling poorly.
Feel like the 10 pin,
Again, good camera work.
4 pin in the 3rd, a 10 pin.
You're only capturing EJ himself. You're not capturing where the ball goes.
Struck in the 2nd, 4th, and 5th.
I mean, again, you look at that score sheet there, the solid 9 in the 9th frame was the difference.
Think about this for Spence on the right side. He had an open. First time on the right side in game one.
Your camera work is starting to get a little rusty.
For another clean wipe. Presented by Dude Wipes.
It's like the first or second frame. We're already doing one of these.
That's a nice break here. Tripping 6 late. A little slap in the back of the 6-pin's noggin.
Yeah, I'll move that box for you.
I know you come over and help me move.
100%.
All right.
He's dialed in.
Just kidding. I want EJ to win.
And you know what was interesting when we talked with him yesterday? He said, when I showed up to the TOC, I said something to somebody that I never say. I said, I'm going to win this week.
Said that to his roommate, Kyle.
Yeah.
Said, Kyle, I'm going to win this. That was in practice.
Kyle, I'm going to throw a gutter ball.
He's normally...
EJ. There you go. That's better.
It's so hard to say that because it's so hard to win. You could say you're going to win.
Yeah, no, I mean, he really thought he was going to win in practice. During the practice session, as we take a look one more time at the beautiful, powerful form of EJ Tackett. But, as a player, during practice session of an event, you get a feeling based on your ball reaction, what the lanes are giving you, and how you're throwing it, if you have a chance.
Vroom. Good luck.
Never came with the phone call.
And there's times where...
Please leave your message after that there was no message. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any new messages at this time. Goodbye.
And you said to yourself, I know I've got this. Can you catch a bad break? I mean, I know that you can. Of course.
Okay, that was a better camera work shot.
You could say, you could be bowling your absolute best and still get unlucky and lose.
Yes. That's part of the game. A couple left in that deck.
Switch over to my tablet for Discord stuff. I have a pair of shorts here that I might put on. Or it won't matter because I'm going to be...
Caught a little bit of it. I'll talk about it right after Jesper's shot.
He's won 2. But I think EJ's won. I was about to say EJ's won 2 TOCs. I don't know if he has. Or 2. No, it's not 2. It's not. He's won 1 TOC.
Another good shot by Jesper. Looks like he's comfy now on that right lane.
Nice break in on the right lane. Slip and miss the ball.
That would have given him 3 in a row and a chance at 4.
Oh no. Yeah, my leg is getting. It was really hurting.
93.2% of the time, the 7-pin is converted.
Where do you get that from?
Look out. Oh, I got it.
Look out. Oh, it would have been funny if you missed. Okay, I gotta stop crapping on him before everyone looks at me like I'm
the free app. It'll make you a better bowler.
a complete buffoon. But yeah, my leg is really starting to hurt me.
So Tackett said that he tried tucking his pinky to get around it a little bit more the last time up on that left lane. Just trying to create a little bit different rotation.
Alright, let's see what... I swear, I'm losing it over here. Uh-oh, we're losing him.
And you can see by the
He's gonna be like, oh no, biggie.
Inside of the last shot that he struck with. On the left lane. Again, 2 different patterns if you're just tuning in, folks. The long pattern on the right.
What are you doing?
The
There you go.
Hardwick. And on the left, if you're an animal lover, it's the 37-foot bat.
Svensson looking for back-to-back titles along with that TOC. Only players to have won back-to-back titles since him in 2020 are Tackett 3 times and Anthony Simonson. Pretty amazing company when you think about him. And speaking of that company, wasn't it interesting yesterday talking with EJ about greatness? And he said, look, it was hard enough for me to get to the top. He said, but it is extremely hard. It's even harder to stay
That's what I'm...
on this level because you know every time you show up what you're going to get.
The era's debate. I'm gonna start I'm gonna start throwing hands today. That's better. Oh, I love when the backup ball gets 3.
PBA Fall Swing, the PBA Fair open right in this building. It was EJ Tackett. There's a little number here.
My goodness.
Against Jasper Spence. He beat him 212 to 199. Then his 3rd career PBA title. He's got 27 now.
Man, what I wouldn't give to look 10 years younger.
Yeah. EJ won his first major at the 2016 World Championship.
It's funny when Jesper
And then he's won 3 in a row since.
the score sheet. And I said, congrats, Chap, welcome back. And he says, now I'm tied with you, 13 titles. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's what you love about both these guys. Randy, I know it's important in this sport. These guys respect the history of this sport.
They do.
The History of Bowling by Theodore. Industrial Society and Its Future by Theodore John. That's not what that is.
This is a dueling game 2 with Svensson up 1-0, trying to take full control. Tomorrow, it's the biggest day in motorsports. It's the greatest spectacle in racing. The 109th Indianapolis 500 comes to Fox. With Newgarden going for a historic three-peat of Newgarden. Coverage will begin at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow on Fox.
The Kentucky Derby. No, stupid. It's horses.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What happened there?
Looked like he lost his footing halfway through his approach. Seen players do that have their thumb in the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember the last time I saw a two-hander pull back that deep into the approach.
Remember Tackett on this left side came up a little gimpy.
Yeah, he had a little footing issue on that left lane as well. Interesting.
Another footing issue.
No issues there. Except that.
Wow.
Except that, dude.
Yeah, that's what I...
So on target, too.
Hey, while we have a moment, I'd like to congratulate you and your wife and your family. You are you're a new father. Congratulations. Andrew came into the world, what, 3-4 weeks ago?
About 2.5 weeks ago.
That up, boy. Congratulations. Congratulations, Johnny.
Thank you. All the credit goes to Mom,
Yeah.
who was a champ. They're back home. He's watching his first show right now.
Well done, my brother.
Yeah. Thank you. 36 hours of labor, Randy. 36 hours. That's almost as much time as it takes to move you. We got a battle here between Svensson and Tackett on Fox.
Vroom. Uh-oh.
Welcome back to Struggle Arena PDA Playoffs Finals. EJ Tackett finds himself down 1-0. This is a race to 3. Sean Fanta, Randy Peterson with you. Randy, I want to ask you this question before we get back in the action. When did it occur to you that this guy could be legendary?
EJ?
Yeah.
When I first saw him.
When was that?
It was like 2016 when he first came out on tour.
You just knew right away.
Nice throw.
Shots like that.
I couldn't catch that.
But he's been on tour for 13 years, trying to find where his first show was. But yeah, I mean, the first time I saw him throw a ball, I'm like, wow, this guy's going to be good. Now, of course, I didn't know he was going to be this good.
I knew he was going to be this good.
Lubbock Sports Open was his first title. And then he won 4 times at 16.
Yeah.
He didn't like that shot. Now he gets a big 4 of his own.
No, and he paid for it.
Is this guy going to be legendary? He throws a big 4. Yeah, I think Randy, you jinxed him.
From 270 to 246.
probably in the 230s now because he's not going to make this. Unless he just slings himself at the... He slung it himself instead of the ball. Whoops.
And lose the big four. He's going to throw this one really hard. Try to bounce one out.
Watch this. Nope. My goodness. Well, he bounced it out, but he didn't get it to bounce out to the right spot.
Look how much things have changed.
God darn!
Yeah, he got the 10 to come back out, but he needed it to go across, obviously, and got exciting there for a split second. And now look at how the max scores have changed. And just like that, Svensson retakes the lead.
Mr. 289 is going to retake not for long.
6. Yeah, just a pinch tight. You can see how he's playing the...
Why is there a dog barking in there?
Just inside of third arrow, out to about 10. Again, more in that track zone or track area.
Svensson got off to a slow start to his season. He said, my mentality is you don't quit. It's been his mindset the last couple of years. He said, just make the playoffs, and then I like the 1v1 setting. And again, a reminder, our format, it is a race to 3. Winner of each game earns a point. Svensson took game number 1. If tied after 4, we'll have a 9th and 10th for a roll-off. Yes, for the Lucky Larson Masters champion, as you said, runner-up the year prior.
I was there. Called it. Beautiful Helsingborg, Sweden. Myself and Dave Ryan called that.
Svensson lives in Gothenburg.
That one peeled. That thing
wow.
went sideways quick when it got about halfway down the lane.
Now EJ's got the upper hand again. That's just what I want.
As we take a look, his ball speed was just a bit softer in that shot. And a nice break, tripping out the 4-7.
Chop it. Chop it. Chop it. Where's your camera work? Your camera working skills are about to fail.
I think each is about 9 different.
Uh-oh. We got that. No issues whatsoever there.
He told PDA.com, he said, the left-handed players have had trouble stringing strikes together at Strobel. He said, I don't think it's execution or even ball choice. They just haven't been able to get the corners to fall down. And Jesper said those corner pins, they weigh 3 times more.
Yeah, the left-handers have, over the years, struggled.
Corner pins weigh 3 times more.
To strike or to carry.
Well, if all the pins are going to get jumbled up, how do you know which one's designated corner pin?
Pretty good position at the
and now the game's handed back over to Jesper again. No for Mr. 289 Svensson.
And that's why he didn't pick up. You can see him making that motion again. He didn't quite have the roll needed to have that ball pick up and get to the pocket.
No for Mr.
Think about it. He had 4 out of 5 strikes. And he walked into the 7 with a max score of 270. Now he's going in the 9th with a max score of 222. Come on. And in the 7th, there's a look. 2nd, 4th,
we need to see Jesper hiccup at some point.
In the 7th, Svensson game 1 had the big tour in the 2nd. Jesper was still able to come away with a victory. Can EJ do the same here in game 2?
We need a good shot off of you, EJ. Alright, come on. Alright, Mr. 289, leave a 7 pin. Leave a big 4 even.
Svensson doesn't strike here in the 9th frame. EJ can snatch game 2 in the 10th.
And he'll finish on the right side. We'll tack it in this 2nd game, which is the one that he prefers. Feels like he can shape things more. He has more control with it being a longer hardwood.
Wow, already taking 1 re-rack within the first 2 games is pathetic.
To shut out EJ Tackett.
Just on my eyes. But you do you.
Open in this game.
Last time he was on this lane, he got 7 total pins and 2 shots.
On this 44 mark with Svensson.
Oh boy.
Big time strike. Pressure applied.
Let's see a split. Let's see a split. Let's see a split.
A little bit of pressure alleviated because he struck on that ball, and now he has a chance to shut out EJ. If he didn't strike there, he could have lost.
Oh.
Alleviated for him. You're right, especially with a 1-0 lead, too. Tackett needs this. We go down 2-0.
Put some down here.
Gonna race to 3? Yeah, not good.
Second game fiasco. Let's see. Nope. No, he did get it. Good lord.
Boom for the Iceman. A blizzard brewing for Jesper Svensson.
This isn't looking so good.
Remember last time up on this lane, Jesper went high, avoided a disastrous split, only leaving the 6-10. This time, just a little bit faster ball speed does the trick. And now a strike at 8 away from claiming game 2.
Big one. Said he's as confident as
Bring your polycule.
Feels really good about everything. Felt like he
Choke
could
up.
Playoffs went on.
Choke up. Miss. Choke up. Miss.
Now Svensson.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
That's it. I'm gonna stay in here still. I was gonna.
Wow.
Next commercial break, I'm going to get a drink. Some Pepsi.
Taking advantage of a couple of nice breaks, which is what
If I roll an odd number, Jesper's going to get at least 8 here.
And Jesper does just
I
that.
rolled
Now
a 2.
needs 8.
He got 7.
To go up 2-0 in this
He
race
got
to three.
6. He got 5.
Wow.
He left the big
Wow.
4 again.
Against the best on the planet.
Something ought to happen at some point. Oh boy. Bye.
Svensson leads 2-0.
Okay, no, I'm not going to say no biggie, because if Jesper wins his next one, he's won the whole tournament.
Players on the tour, and this man Jesper Svensson, he is not disappointing.
My birthday will be ruined if Jesper Svensson beats EJ Tackett here.
In the 7th and open, that proves to be the real difference.
EJ looking at
I will
the ball,
cry.
that frame, but he's got to find something and find it quick.
Just kidding, I'm not gonna.
You know, we talk about the theater of sports. When the all-time greats that have proven so much find themselves in a deep hole, there is some theater involved to, okay, how do
Yeah.
they take out the shovel and attempt to dig out of it?
Yeah. I mean, he's doing that right now. He's processing right now. He's like, well, I'm going to make some kind of change. I'm going to leave it all out there, but I'm not going down without a fight. He's got to find the right ball, pick the right line on both lanes, and then he has to out-execute Jesper Svensson.
Well, that should have been Jesper's first shot in the 10th. 7-10.
For the task. And now EJ Tackett
No, brother.
finds himself down 2-0. Kimberly is with Tackett. He now finds himself in this hole.
EJ, I see the frustration all over your face. From your point of view, what's happening out on the lanes?
Well, the first game I bowled really well. I got an unfortunate break there in the 9th, but that's bowling. That's how it goes. Then I shot myself in the foot the second game, threw a really bad shot in the 7th, and ended up costing me that game. And Jesper did what Jesper does and showed me out. So, plain and simple, I got to throw more strikes.
Well, you were down 2, but you are not out. What adjustments do you make for the next game?
Yeah, I think I'm going to make a ball change here in this right lane, and it looked pretty good there. I think I'm going to go to the Venom Shock and then it's all about execution after that, and hopefully throw a few in a row here and apply a little bit of pressure.
Thank you for your time.
A change to the Venom shot, because there may be some folks shocked that he finds himself down 2-0. Because Tackett's been on fire all throughout this season, but he has found himself in an igloo, courtesy of Svensson, who's up 2-0.
Alright, time to go get a drink. I got my drink! Alright, time for game 3.
Welcome back to PBA Tour Playoffs Finals with Jesper Svensson up 2-0 on EJ Tackett in this race 2-3. The PBA is proud to have Bowlers to Veterans Link. It's the official charity of the PBA Tour. In today's BDL Salute to Veterans, we welcome U.S. Marine Corporal Stanley Sloga, who served for 5 years. Thank you for your service, Stanley. To donate, go to BDL.org. That is the coolest thing that we do here on the PBA Tour. God bless our veterans. Love it. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Strobel Arena. John Fanta and the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson. And Randy, I'll tell you what, as we get to our beatbox frame of the game, we've got Jesper Svensson up 2-0. The frame of the game presented by Beatbox, the original Party Punch Beatbox. What's your flavor? Please enjoy responsibly.
Jesper Svensson getting it done, but he set everything up with that great shot in the ninth frame, and in the 10th, steps up and just throws 3 strikes when he needed it most to capture game 2. Phenomenal finish.
So talented. Oh my god, I don't know what to put here.
Total control right now. What's your thought?
It's time for Burning Questions with Kimberly Pressler.
It's micromanaging now because both matches, EJ was dialed in on the right lane, and it looks like he might make a ball change on that lane. The left lane, for me, is his biggest question mark.
Take a look at some of the comparisons between these two thus far in this championship showdown.
One open frame each.
Again, that's why everything is so close. That's why both games came down to the 10th frame. Again, Tackett, 5 strikes on the right lane in that last game. Big blemish was the open frame, the big 4 in the 7th. It's going to be very interesting to see what type of adjustments he makes. I think Jesper right now is in cruise control.
The Venom shot adjustment. How will it work? We shall see, as we've got some pressing questions.
Pressing questions.
Well, with our Kimberly Pressler. Let's do it here. Today's subject is most intimidating bowler. They're presented by Go Bowling.
Most intimidating.
Kyle, who would you say
EJ
is the
Tackett.
most intimidating bowler?
It's got to be EJ Tackett. EJ Tackett. For the most part of my career, it was Belmo, but you know, it's still him to some degree. But I think right now it's definitely EJ. I literally haven't beaten the guy since I was like 19. It's been 14 years of torture out here. I mean, he's red hot. You know, he's won a couple Player of the Years. I do have a good record against him, but it's pretty intimidating right now.
Would it surprise you at all that a lot of the guys out here have said you?
Yeah, actually, it would.
Oh,
Like the scariest to look at?
Chris, who would you say is the most intimidating bowler on tour?
I mean, from a sheer size standpoint, Jesper is the Iceman's. And when he's striking, I'm not sure anybody strikes more than he does.
I'm going to say Belmo, unfortunately. Not because he's really good, but if you do something wrong to him, he gets mad. And he stays mad for a long time. So, yeah, don't mess with Belmo.
Maybe when I was a rookie and I had to bowl West Malott. Maybe. Just because when he would say good luck, he was like, good luck down there. Like, yes, sir.
Maybe I'm too dumb to be scared of anybody, but nobody intimidates me.
Tom Doherty, he gets mad and when he gives you a strong hook, you're like,
Mr. 100! I'm sorry.
Are you intimidating?
I'm not good enough to be intimidating, but I don't think anyone wants to...
This is my house!
Love that answer. Your most intimidating bowler?
Back in the day, it would have to have been Marshall Holman. He's scared.
Marshall Holman throws 2 gutter balls in a row. Uh-oh, second gutter ball of this match, and look at Holman. I'm gonna start. I don't want to see this commercial again. She's 2! Oops. Alright, now we're officially back.
ago in this event down in Florida. Book Kroll, he started the season as a pre-tournament qualifier. He ended it as playoffs champion. Jesper Spencer took the first game. Then David Book Kroll responded with the second game. And in this race to 2, a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, it belonged to Bud. Kroll needed to mark the ace to strike to clinch the win. That title belt, $100,000. His life changed, his dream accomplished after he won the PBA Delaware Classic. And now a tale of the tape for these two in the playoffs. Neither one of them has ever been playoffs champion, which is hard to believe because E.J. Tackett, he's won virtually every other event.
Yeah, the one thing missing on that elite resume of E.J. Tackett.
I have like 5 million people DMing me now.
She said that E.J. actually made his first ever telecast in Milwaukee 12 years ago today.
2013. What a 12-year run it's been. Svensson with a 2-0 lead in this race to 3. This is not as smooth a start as he had in game 2. That is for certain. Starts on this left side.
There we go. Or are we going? All right.
The footwork of both of our players, it's very different and also very unique. Jesper on the right lane, EJ on the left. And take a look at what they're doing with their footwork. EJ much more traditional, keeping the feet nice and close together as he goes through his approach. And then Jesper, right before the pivot step, his feet spread apart.
A bunch of eSIMs. These things don't work. They're defunct.
How was your footwork?
I don't know. Terrible. It was more traditional, more like EJ, much closer to
EJ.
Handed it way right.
EJ made the ball change going to the Venom Shock. He felt that the other ball was kind of quitting on him a bit down lane. The Venom Shock much more responsive down lane, and it looks like EJ, in order to get back into this, needs to figure out a way to inject some venom into the Iceman.
What you did there right now, he's also just got to focus on himself too, because he turned around, he didn't even look at that shot in his head a little bit. He needs to clean this up.
There we go.
John, if you put a curtain up after the ball left the player's hand, if you put a curtain up just on the other side of the arrows, the player's he'll be able to tell you whether or not that's going to hit the pocket. Maybe not strike, but good shot. You can feel it right out of your hand. You can see the location. You know whether or not it's got a chance. He knew that was wide right, and it had zero chance.
Again, dual pattern. The bat 37 on the left lane, the hardwood 44 on the right.
And there's the bat pattern.
Fighting.
Should have thrown out in the break.
Gosh darn it.
Should have come in back.
But this ball checks very early for EJ going down the lane. Gets the 9 out. That's the good break. The 10 goes late. So now just the 3-6.
I'll get to you, please.
He asked for it and request granted. Tackett, who wanted a big start to this game 3.
Looked like he got that one to the dirt a little early.
Back to the 30-year-old Svensson.
And again, look how tight both game 1 and 2 coming down to the 10th frame.
He is pure. Locked in.
Again, you can see by strike track just how much straighter up the lane he's going on that longer pattern. A board and a half inside of third arrow to about 10, 11, 12 down lane, and that's not a lot of bellying. That's not covering a lot of ground. That's pretty straight through the front part of the lane, keeping everything
I'm
in front of
speed running, doing things on my phone.
TOC champ, couple of top fives, Nevada Classic Shark Championship. Now bowling his best. He said, look, there's no way that you could fully duplicate week after week on tour. He said, so that's why January, February, March, I can get off to slow starts. It's just how things sometimes go. But he did reach a point this season where he thought during a little break, he's like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this season. I'm bowling so poorly.
Miss it, no.
I think at the time, what he said is right. No, and I heard the same thing. But my gut was like, well, yeah. As a player, you go through the lulls, and you're like, man, do I want to do this anymore? And then you come out of it, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to work harder. And I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to kick their ass, and I'm going to work harder to do that. That's what
Randy, you can't say that live on TV.
Entire career.
The 10 top fives for this man, a couple of majors, and man, oh man. He's having himself a tough...
Not good enough.
Remember, we talked about the ball change that he made going to the Venom shot, and it was more responsive down lane, and you can see it right there. It was so much more responsive right by the 9 pin.
He's saying not good enough. 3 straight spares. Think about this guy on his way to a 3rd straight Player of the Year honor. The last couple of people to win 3 consecutive Player of the Year honors: Jason Belmonte, 2013 to 15, Walter Ray, 96 to 98. And you have to go back to Earl Anthony, 91 or 81 to 83. There's a beauty. Earl also did it 74 to 76. Mark Roth from 77 to 79.
Got the ball speed up on that shot, and this time he gets it to go right through the front, hold its line, and goes right through the 1-3 perfect.
In fact, Randy, from 1974 to 1984, only 1 year did Earl Anthony or Mark Roth not win Player of the Year.
Yeah, they were really good, Johnny.
They tasted like ice cream cones.
The 10. And for the first time in 2.5 games, we're starting to see that carry issue that the Espers had over here in the Strobel Arena as a southpaw trying to get the corners out.
There.
Frame before on the left, he left that solid 8-pin. This time it's the Ripper 10.
I'm just getting something set up on my phone because I'm just silly like that.
Find an upgrade back to Gothenburg, Sweden.
Registration for the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships is now open to bowlers of all skill levels. The PBA LBC
Oh boy, I wonder if I can
Championships
register.
are in the Chicago area.
I sprained my wrist trying to get a good hook.
Compete singles as well as optional doubles and team
So
events.
yeah,
Either
that's
combine your
why
strengths
I'm
or
not going to be playing
pros.
this year. Sorry guys.
You can hire 3 moving companies first move on Wednesday with this price. Doesn't have to move a thing. Well, golf, do whatever you want. Wow.
Good Lord, give me a break.
On this Saturday,
He got that one back a bit, John. That was about as far left as you can get one back from, and Jesper just got it back from that spot. So he knows that's a good piece of real estate right there to get.
Your guess is as good as mine, so why are you asking me?
Now, can EJ double up? Remember last time on this lane he left a solid 9.
can he start picking up steam? Yes, he can.
Oh boy. That's what we want to see. Oh boy, as in like, oh boy, this is gonna get tight. Don't you dare throw.
More response, more angle, and this time all 10 down.
Yay, good job. I'm so proud of you.
He's a busy man, too. owning a bowling center, having a child, a whole lot.
Oh boy.
Being the best in the world in this sport, and that was far from ideal.
We do that so you don't have to throw it over there. Your hand here so you can go more here.
He doesn't want his hand going around that ball there. More up the back so he can keep it more in front of him. Meaning straighter through the front part of the lane. And a big opportunity right there for EJ. Instead it was an errant shot and just the two pin.
And he finds himself ahead of Svensson, having to win. Jesper Svensson just a win away from the playoffs title. Tackett trying to force a game 4 on Fox.
I love your place.
Thanks. Could you grab some carrots?
Wrong out.
Blessed with championship DNA. Who know that momentum
Go to game 4 at least. Don't let this be a Mr. 289 sweep.
the last brain. Jesper Svensson, EJ Tackett. In the PBA Playoffs Championship.
Will the momentum shift in this championship showdown? Jesper Svensson up 2 games.
I have a friend and it's an earthworm. Yeah.
3 straight years as the Krishenko Player of the Year, EJ Tackett.
Svensson finds himself down 7 as he hits the 6th. John Fanta, Brandy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, wishing all of you a good holiday weekend and start to your summer. And glad that you're starting a big Saturday on Fox with us.
For the lead.
Oh boy.
4-7-10.
Too much
He choked up. And that's exactly what I wanted to see.
Could be just the
No offense, Nosperbic.
just
But
the piece of
I want this to be EJ's year.
a little bit of a break that EJ Tackett needs.
1.4%.
Not this time. You're giving the upper hand back to the man who I wanted to
Just
have it.
enough for Tack to get back into this.
First real time this deep into a matchup that we've seen Svensson blink.
Svensson was down by as much as 25 early game 1.
As you said, that was early when
But
he had that open.
Right. That was the biggest. That's the biggest deficit we've seen this afternoon.
Haven't seen it this late. Needs to respond and does. Those max scores, Tackett at 246.
All right. Since the ball change from game 2, Tackett has struck once on the right lane.
And that came the last time he was on the right lane. The right lane, which is his preference between these two. 44 Hardwick. Tackett.
Perfect. Yeah, no! Okay.
This is a nice break here because this is a little bit more than high flush. I mean, 4-7-9 was standing, but he caves them all in.
Is starting to sizzle in Detroit. He's playing the pair of just 13 boards difference. You can see the angles are completely opposite of one another. And that may have a tendency to throw off a little bit of rhythm. But the last 2 shots here, you can see when a player goes down to the floor like that, they love the shot they just threw.
And this guy loves a new challenge. And this is certainly a challenge. You're down 2-0. You got to be thinking, if you're Svensson,
Pretty big hill to climb, brother.
big hill to climb. But if there's anyone who can climb it,
Well, either one of these players is capable.
Choke up!
But I see what
No.
you're saying. Yeah, if anybody could do it, you would think EJ Tackett could do it.
watch this. Just a collision.
That was nasty. It's a swipe across the face.
There we go. No, wait. I'm too far out of focus! No!
That was really big because that sets up the 10th, but not only that, it gives EJ just a little something to think about.
So a triple for Svensson since the Open in the 6th.
Got to execute on this right lane.
Where he has struck the last 2.
Uh-oh. Good job. Good shot.
Beautiful shot by EJ Tackett, now just striking 6.
Shut him out. Shut him out. Shut him out. Shut him out. Shut him out.
You said it, a strike at 6. To force a game 4 in this race to 3. The U.S. Open champion now.
Come on.
Championships. For the 7-time major champion.
Woo!
No, he's not. I just want to say I'm a little surprised.
Rock. Boom. Oopsie. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus night.
Pilgrims is turning chicken nuggets upside down. I love it. You love it. Put him in a nugget. Tackett still has a pulse in the playoffs.
What a great finish for EJ Tackett. Took advantage of the opening. And that's what great champions, that's what they do.
We're going to game 4. And we have to, I want to see EJ pull through. I want an uninterrupted game 4 and tiebreaker. Excuse me again.
Have been punching back and forth. Svensson feeling as confident as he ever has. Coming in here as TOC champion with a 2-0 lead, but you got to go through this mountain. Mount Tackett. Titles this season. So now, what are you thinking heading into game 4? Besides the obvious, Tackett can force a roll-off.
He did it! Yeah! Yay! David Kroll! David Kroll ankle roll.
On the left lane, it's like the gutter is the 4th board, so I've got the 5th and 6th board, and maybe he'd be able to hit the 7th board to get to the pocket. Does his ball reaction hold up on the right leg? We're in Motown. Smokey Robinson. Ready by the temptation.
I want to see EJ win! Do the pin! Ah! The pin throw! Whee! Oh, how you hit me in the head. What's wrong with you? One more match.
Baseball Night in America featuring 2 of the biggest stars of baseball. Shohei Ohtani leads the Dodgers against Juan Soto and the Mets. Or the Guardians take on the Tigers. Check local listings for the game in your area.
They're having such a wild ride.
As welcome you back to
Possibly.
everybody. Jesper Svensson up 2-1 as we head to a game 4 against the best in the world.
I'm going to Wonder Boy.
By PBA Tour Commissioner Tom Clark with Randy Peterson as well. And it is a bittersweet day for us, Tom, because while the sweetness is we have an outstanding championship showdown between the world's best Tackett and Svensson It is the final show.
Hey, did you remember the Tank Man series on New? I'm going to fire an AK-47 at your house.
Being able to have these two great stars of our sport, two of the greatest players that ever played, in the playoffs final is a fitting, conclusion to our Fox relationship. The Fox relationship and working with the PBA is how the playoffs was even developed in the first place. So we've had several playoffs events that were fantastic, and all because of Fox.
Well, speaking of those playoffs events, just like you see a lot of top 5s, top 10 great moments of all time, well, how about the best moments on Fox through the years? Commissioner Clark has brought some of his favorite moments. Let's take a look, beginning with the 2019 playoffs.
Yeah, the first playoffs at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine, when Chris Prather beat Bill O'Neill. I've never been in a bowling center that got louder than it did that day. Then, in this building, Thunder Bowl, when Jason Belmonte broke the record, winning his
11 majors. Incredible.
The PBA League, who could forget the first time when the Portland Lumberjacks won in Maine and the crowd just flowed down onto the lanes behind them. Incredible excitement. Then the best match I've ever seen. Jason Belmonte versus E.J. Tackett in the 2023 World Championship in Milwaukee. It was gripping stuff, and E.J. came out on top.
And then we'll let Rob Stone tell you about moment number 5. Come on, keep doing it.
I want a 5th one. I thought they've Oscar Palermo was.
Oh my goodness. Tom, so many great moments throughout the years with our partners at Fox. Historical moments, and we owe so much thanks to yourself for making that possible, along with our dear friend and colleague, Rob Stone. So special thanks, special shout out to our buddy Rob as well. Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Rob, for putting all this, being instrumental in putting so much of this together.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. You've been the man all the way through.
And congrats, by the way, on your Hall of Fame, your USBC Hall of Fame induction.
You too.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was great to reunite with Rob Stone on with bringing him back to the PBA. That was a beautiful thing for us too. But Fox changed the way people watch bowling. They were so innovative, and their support was so beautiful for our game, and we really appreciate what they did.
I'll never forget getting the call to cover this sport for Fox Sports, and the first call I made was to Rob Stone. And he said to me, he goes, "You're going to love this because this sport has outstanding fans, outstanding stars, and elite people like Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler, and I've loved it more than I even thought then."
Hey, and don't worry, fans. We'll be back next season with the tour on new networks.
And with more information on that, you can stay tuned to PBA.com all throughout the coming weeks and months for your
We can't forget the PBA Tour Finals, though. Especially.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom Clark. We will have an uninterrupted Game 4. Tackett and Svensson star power now.
Here goes nothing.
Welcome back, PBA Playoff Championship. E.J. Tackett was down 2-0.
He made some adjustments. He's cut it to 2-1. We head to Game 4 in our race to 3.
My mom is out there right now.
Tackett 8.
But bowling is not off yet.
Strikes to finish Game 3.
Keep it rolling here. He does. He said that he would make some adjustments. Told Kimberly that. We're watching it all play out now, Randy.
Now, Ken Svensson, who's typically got this demeanor, unfazed, unafraid of the moment, told us you can't bowl afraid against E.J. Tackett. Can he hang on? If we're even at 2 after 4, we go to a 9th and 10th roll-off.
Oh, man. There you go. Oh, man. I want to see EJ get a 300.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to execution. If you do make a bad shot, avoiding a big split is paramount.
Paramount Plus getting South Park.
Trying to become the second bowler to win PBA playoffs after finishing second prior year. The real deal, Bill O'Neill, now PBA Hall of Famer.
Yep, he did it. Lost to Bray there, came back and won. And that's a good sign. I know it's early, but
No.
the 4 snap the 7 out like that for Svensson, that is a good sign.
Yeah, that is just technique personified. 13-time champion. Between these two men, you get 40 PBA Tour titles. 40.
41 is going to be. Nah.
The 10.
What a good shot.
Lord.
You're fortunate here.
Did it hit the pocket though?
Yeah. He just looked up as I was telestrating that break point. I think he's a bit surprised that it got back as far as it did.
Yeah.
But again, we talked about the ball change for him on that right lane and going to the bend shot, which is much
Good
more
shot.
aggressive, more angular. But I promise you, he wasn't trying to get it to that spot down lane.
Like you said, though, avoiding the split, avoiding that big mistake. That's what each of these games has come down to. Tackett beating Anthony Simonson and Graham Fod to get here. Svensson beating Jacob Buttroff, Andrew Anderson, and Chris Vine.
Come on, AJ. My lord, how's that standing?
6.
What do you say when you're out on a bad first date and you want to get out of there? Check, please. That's exactly what this ball did early.
Check, please.
How many bad first dates have you been on?
Oh.
Check, please. Nope.
Seriously, just ask me that.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
Going from the guy who said the A word on live TV.
more titles than those.
Yeah, we'll have to.
You know.
all right, moving on.
I mean, is that online?
It was one right to the one that laid off on the shot before. It was fairly close. I mean, it's probably just a 1 and 1 or something like that, just to find a little to the front.
Has to be. Has to be.
Svensson has regained.
Nice strike. Woo! I lose my mind. Let's see what this one brings you.
Looking to pick up his second $100,000 check of the 2025 season.
EJ's looking for his 27th $100,000
check.
check.
US Open, 33rd the Masters, 81st of the Players. He is 7th on the points list, and TOC title will change that when he beat Jacob Buttroff. But he didn't start the year strong.
He has picked up steam. Bowling his best at the best time of year with his best friend Kyle Troop. Looking on.
Doubles partners, best buds. 4 men have won playoff titles. Svensson would join Troop. They'd account for 3 of them, though. Doubles partners and best friends of Svensson wins.
Tackett had to get that one here in the 4th. Needs Svensson to blink.
Good strike. Let's see what the camera work's gonna be like. Are you gonna take EJ himself, or are you gonna get?
Better than the left, and Jesper likes the left lane better than the right. Be good. Be good. Be good.
Yeah, it was great.
Perfect.
So with that being said, EJ's going to finish this game on the right lane, and Jesper's going to finish this game on the left lane.
Adding to the theater of this match. We told you coming on that we were in for a treat, and you were all in for a treat, and these two have delivered. Elite bowling. Living up to the billing here as we hit the fifth. Svensson perfect through 4, and again, this is an uninterrupted showdown.
Choke up at something!
I was waiting for that. You can just kind of see that creep in. He's played such a tight line on that right lane that if he misses target inside, there's no way it's going to hold its head.
Does he need to be playing as tight of a line?
He's playing that line because it's a longer pattern, and he knows that he can't create a lot of angles, so he can't really give it up to the left.
But you keep creeping in and in and in.
He can create a little bit of angle on that lane, but just a little, and the mind knows that. And so the tendency for a mistake would be to miss in, not out, because you know you can't.
You missed to the left, you missed to the right, you missed straight, and you missed everything.
It looked like his ball speed was a pitch slower that time, which is also not going to help it stay online. But again, I think that his best lane of the two is the left lane. He gets to finish there, but he's got to get through the right lane with enough strikes to have a chance when he gets to the 10th.
What about Anthony
As the
Simonson?
season intensifies, I intensifies. What he told us. A major champion this year.
No. Good. Ah! Why?
That was a first date that ended with a kiss, just shy of midnight.
I feel like that's what he was
A first date that didn't do anything. This first date didn't end.
Timmy's talking to Jesper about what to do on the right lane. He's going to have him move a board right next time up.
I have my birthday pin on. Because I'm 17! Good job, EJ!
He's a pick it up in no time.
I'll violently just, if Jesper wins, I'm just going to violently walk out and then go into Grandma's room.
Trails by 9 and can take the lead for the first time here in Game 4.
With a strike. With a strike. Roll the die. A 2. Roll the die. A 4. Roll the die. A 6. Roll the die. A 6. Woo! This is what I want to see. Mr. 289 cheated in the strike derby, cheated to get his team to win in the Battle of the Brands, cheated in the Tournament of Champions, cheated in everything. He's on steroids.
For me, I just like to sit back and watch and drink it.
You are... Jose Alvarado gets a half-season suspension.
This time keeps the speed up on that right lane, and now back.
He got caught using steroids and got suspended from the rest of the season. Well, no, is that the rest of the season?
Here in Game 4.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Why are you asking me? Playing a team who's 8-38, and we're getting humbled. Oh Lord.
He won the first 2 games. He dropped Game 3, and he finds himself up trying to close
EJ,
it out.
don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink. That's all I ask. That's all I ask, EJ. Don't blink.
And now Tackett, where he will finish this game on the side that he prefers. 4,400.
Don't blink. Oh boy.
Good break.
Oh my God. I think it's over. You think it's over? Well, not unless Jesper blinks.
The inside of target, and he avoids
Well, hook over there.
a disastrous split right there. Could have been a 5-count split. Instead, just the 4-7.
Don't chop it. Good job.
Jesper Svensson is 1 strike on the right lane away from winning this.
No!
Every rep, please.
Don't get it, Jesper.
And this is the lane that Tackett does not like as much.
DJ.
Do as much heat.
All I ask, EJ, is that you do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Tackett right now going at 227. Jesper's at 248.
Come on.
To have any chance, must strike.
Don't choke this up.
Situation for Tackett.
Still in the middle of the video. Look what you did. Look what you did. Oh.
The earthing 10. He got it into that flat 10 zone with
He's about to lose.
light ball.
Why?
And it flat 10'd on him.
This is the ultimate monster that he has not come.
No, he's gonna.
Just a pinch master for him on that left lane on that shot. That was
Don't get me
just
started.
enough to lead the flat 10.
Blink. Blink twice. Leave a split. Leave 2 splits. Choke.
If he strikes here,
Choke job. Choke job. Choke job.
we just
Choke
need
job.
7 pins.
Oh, Lord. Not quite.
That'd be a strike.
And just looking at the numbers, Johnny, I think 9 spare with that shot is a really good thing.
Crept in again.
Threw it harder, and that was the only thing that saved that shot. It's just a mark away now.
No strike. Split. Split.
On a month it's been for
Split. Just split already.
win tournament of champions in Fairlawn, beating Jacob Utrecht, finding his stride, and getting a second major. That last major.
No.
Now trying to win the belt, win $100,000.
I'm rooting for EJ. No. Blink. Blink. Blink.
Easy.
Oh my gosh. Miss that.
6.
How many?
This, and then stay behind the foul line, and
Unintelligible Brayton noises again.
just needs this and 1.
No. Just blink. Give EJ the slip. 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 No.
And he hasn't missed a 6-pin since 2017.
Dude, 20. It hasn't been that long.
I'm guessing, but I can't remember the last time I've seen him miss a 6-pin. Just needs 1. And he's going to put another $100,000 check in his pocket to go along with the 1.
Ow.
Over it.
I wanted EJ to win.
200K.
He's gonna get screwed out of another one, Mr. 289. He cheated at the Strike Derby Battle of the Brands Tournament of Champions. Now he's gonna win the playoffs and cheated.
He John's Crazy Socks. Socks that make you happy. And that's the reality of a life-changing
It's ridiculous.
for this man. The man from Sweden who has found his best again with his best friend, Kyle Troop, and doubles partner.
I can tell you, over the years, our players, our competition have never disappointed on Fox. And what a way to close it out. Wow. Talk about a match for the ages.
I'm taking the birthday boy pin off.
Family and Jolene has a daughter, Mira. A special, special moment. And for EJ Tackett, it's always a pleasure to watch him ball.
City so much. Thank you guys.
Ridiculous. I don't want to celebrate it anymore.
In a city that just one of the greatest bowling cities in the world.
You did get one. You got $100,000.
Yes, we're getting a little redemption here today. Last year you were second in this event. What does it mean to you to finally be in the winner's circle of the PBA playoffs?
It's just madness right now. I don't know what to say. I'm so thankful for everybody coming out. I mean, it's packed in here, and this is what we all strive for and want to do. So, yeah, I got to thank, everybody here, Calvin, them, obviously. I mean, they come here from Kentucky to support me. So I got a great support system and a second family over here, and, yeah, I'm thankful.
And let's talk about that support system. I saw you over there hugging your best friend, but you also have a ton of fans around the world, and of course Jolene back home and Mira in Sweden and watching you. What do you have to say to your supporters?
Again, I'm just so thankful, all the sacrifices they made for me to be able to live this life, and I'm sure they enjoy this moment just as much as I am. But yeah, I'm just forever thankful, and to all my sponsors, Storm, Vice, Spotify, and Gap Sport, and Patrick Bucket. Without those guys, neither of this is possible. So, thank you so much.
Long journey to get here throughout the season. What was your favorite moment through it all?
Well, I had it a little
How's
wrong.
bowling
I was
going?
going to end bowl last in
My guys got destroyed.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry. It happens sometimes.
The first two games, I did what I'm supposed to do, and then game 3, EJ did what he's supposed to do. And it was a great match, and I know EJ's disappointed right now, but just got to say he's the best player in the world, and he probably deserves all the titles we bowled for, but yeah, I'm glad I could steal this one.
Well, you said it last week. You said, to be the best, you got to beat the best. Congratulations on this hard-fought win.
Now a 14-time PBA Tour champion. For more information on the upcoming 2026 PBA Tour season and tournament schedule, log on to PBA.com. Randy Peterson, a final thought from you, my partner and friend.
Well, we've always known about his talent, his greatness, right? And then he kind of had a lull, and for him, a lull is maybe not going out and winning 2, 3, 4 tournaments in a year, but just he stayed strong throughout last year's season, which was really tough on the Southpaws. Found a way to win late, and then he did what he did in Akron, winning the TSC for a second time, and then now this. The Iceman is a great, great player. He's proved it once again.
Coming up next, Major League Soccer, San Diego FC facing the LA Galaxy. Randy Peterson, Kimberly President, this is John Fiesta, saying it has been our joy at Fox Sports to bring you the PBA on Fox. Yes, Spencer.